Under a nationalist system, the independent sovereign status of the states is dissipated or usurped or overthrown, okay, and the states are consolidated into one governmental body whereby the states become merely a territory or subdivision of the United States, okay? Now, is that what it appears like we're operating at today? Okay, it is. It is what we're operating at today. And what we need to do is we need to get back on track with our fundamental principles of good government that were established in the Constitution of the United States by our founding fathers and preserved in our state constitutions by our state founding fathers. Can we agree on that? Okay. Now, a lot of you have already signed our petition, and I want to thank you for that. And those who haven't, you need to. We need all the help we can get. See, what we're proposing to do is introduce language into our state constitution that will preserve our independent sovereignty and our state sovereignty, and provide language that will mandate that Ohio government protect Ohio citizens from federal usurpation, okay? The way we're going about this is, we already know that our state legislators have dropped the ball. So we're going to go directly to the people through an initiative petition process, and our goal is to get this proposed amendment on the ballot in Ohio in November of this year. Okay? Now, to get this on the ballot, we need to collect about 700,000 to 800,000 signatures around the state of Ohio. That's a pretty sizable order. Okay? So what we've done is we've put together a plan to build a statewide leadership network of volunteers who are willing to share this important project and cause with their various meetup groups and so forth, their neighbors, the people they work with, their families and so forth, and get this message out. Because when the time comes that the people go to the polls in November and they see the Ohio Sovereignty Amendment on the ballot, we want them to know not only what it means, but we want them to be in agreement with it and help us regain control over our government. Now, I'm going to tell you up front, we're here on a mission today. And that mission is we're here to recruit every single one of you to help. How many of you out there are here just as spectators? Okay, we got a couple. How many are here because you're tired of what's going on and you're ready to step up to the plate and help resolve this situation? Okay. Every one of you that held up your hand, I expect you to go back and sign up on our leadership list so we can get in contact with you and keep you informed of the status of this project, and so we can network with you to get this job done. Now, let me share with you why this is so important. Understand, we have but two ways to hold government accountable. And understand that it is our job to do that. We the people. It's our job to hold our government accountable. We have but two ways. One is by force of law, and the other is by force of arms. What we're introducing is what we consider to be the most aggressive, peaceable solution at our disposal to get government to comply with our Constitution. We cannot afford to fail, and we probably won't have another chance to do this. Our message is urgent. We need everybody's help to make this happen. We cannot afford to fail, because if we do, we only have but one other solution to hold government accountable. Now, we understand that a complete solution is multifaceted. We do need to get corrupt and dishonest politicians out of office. We're introducing in one of our provisions a recall process. Now, understand, in Ohio, there's no provision for recall of our public officials. We're going to put that in there so that the people have the right to recall somebody, a corrupt public servant, pull them out of office when they're behaving badly, okay? Rather than waiting to vote them out at the polls, okay? Now, I don't know about you, but when I have somebody sticking their finger in my eye, I want to get rid of that finger right now. I don't want to wait till next week, okay? And when we have a corrupt politician in office, we need him out now, okay? Okay, we're introducing language that will require that all laws of Ohio be constitutionally compliant before they're enacted and enforced against the people. Now, when I say that to most people, they think that that's an inherent quality of the Constitution, but you know what? It's not in there. We want to introduce provisions in this constitutional amendment that will hold government or public servants accountable when they knowingly violate the Constitution. And when I say held accountable, I mean sanctioned, jail, whatever is appropriate for the crime committed. See, we don't have those kinds of provisions. And so what happens is government continues to, when I say government, keep in mind, when we're talking about government, it's not a tangible thing. Government is an idea, but when we're talking about corrupt government, what we're talking about are those people that you hired to do a certain job who are abusing that job at your detriment. Okay, so when we talk about corrupt government, we're talking about people who are abusing their public powers at your cost and expense. Okay, it's time. It's got to stop. It's got to stop now. We got to stop it this year. Okay. Now, keep in mind, in our system of government, you don't have a direct voice in federal government. You just don't have it. Okay. The only voice you have is through your elected congressmen, and when they don't listen, nothing gets done. Okay? But you do have a direct voice in our state government. And our states created the federal government, federal constitution. The states created it through ratification of the state legislators. Okay? Now, there's a fundamental principle of hierarchy that, that your dad might have told you. He might have told you, hey, I brought you into this world, I can take you out. Okay? That holds true in politics as well. Okay? The states created federal government. The states can abolish federal government if necessary. Okay?